Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Seven of Stones in Healing. And when I was thinking about this card today and meditating on it, the thought that actually was a vision that I saw was as you're laying by underneath the sun by this Ace of Vessels, the water of life, you know, you're kind of sitting on that beach, just taking in, getting yourself a tan. As you looked across the pond, you saw the stones where the water's coming out, right, from the waters of life. And a green man emerges from the forest and gathers around the stones, and with him is another wanderer. And they're laying down, and he's meditating over them. He's, whatever has happened to this wanderer, maybe he's laid hands on him. Maybe he's, bestowing the spirits, to come in and give him, some sort of strength, some sort of fortitude. All right, because he does have that spear with him as well. So maybe he was out hunting, trying to, gather some food for his family or something like that. And he came upon an illness. Okay. And this green man, the Wildwood Forest has a way of healing. Healing your emotional journeys, healing your physical journeys, healing your spiritual journey. And every time I see a green man come out, whether that's the green man himself or the woodwoes or, even a green woman, right? You see the green, woman in the Three of Stones, creativity. I'm thinking about it right now. I can see her. They've got their hands on something. And it's usually, some sort of power that they have. And to me, that power is that magical healing that the universe gives you. If you're going through a heartbreak in a romantic relationship, there's going to be some healing involved, right? You've taken that opportunity to recognize what that struggle is. And you say, you know what? I gave my heart to this person and it hurts. The first step of any healing process is awareness. And when you can become aware of what that hurt is, physical, emotional, spiritual, all right? Once you become aware of that, you can work at mending that healing. And healing comes in all types of different fashions and forms, right? You got the grieving healing, when somebody dies. You've got the healing of, that heartbreak, like I just said. You've got the physical healing of, hey, I cut myself, right? Or I've had, open heart surgery, right? You're relying on the doctors and the technology, to get you through those procedures. But all the healing afterwards is about you. In a relationship, when you're done with that relationship and you're healing, it's about you. On that spiritual path, as you're moving forward and you're healing your emotional, that relationship, scar. You're healing that physical scar. You rely more on spirit and universe to give you that time, that downtime. To say, you know what? Your body is telling you to stop. Use that healing. Maybe you're sleeping more. All right? Maybe you're resting more because of, the procedures that you've gone through, or in a relationship, that relationship heartbreak, right? And if it is, hey, you've lost a friend or you lost a loved one, you broke away from somebody, there's also the healing of forgiveness. And that healing of forgiveness, by able to say, you know what, I'm sorry this didn't work out, and I forgive you for, what has transpired in the past. But I'm moving on. To hear the word, I forgive you, okay, is very humble. And it's also very enlightening. It's empowering. because you're letting that other person know that you're not going to stay in that misery, that you're not going to stay in that woe is me attitude. You're letting that person know, you know what? I'm moving forward. And you may not talk to that person for a year, 2 years, whatever, because you're moving forward. And, somewhere down the line, they're gonna come back and they're going to see you as a different person. And they may come up to you and say, you know what? I'm still mad at you for what you've done. And you look at them and go, that was a year ago. Why are you still holding on to that? I've moved on. I'm not getting into it. I forgave you. Even if you just say it to the universe. Forgiveness, saying it to the universe, hey, I forgive so-and-so for, the transgressions that they did against me. When you throw that out to the universe, you're done with it. Spirit knows you're done with it. It may break your heart. It may, not, make you feel like, you're always thinking of that person. But guess what? It's in the past. You can't change it. And I haven't talked about that in a little bit. But you can't change the past, so why continue to dwell on it? And if that person comes up to you and says, hey, I'm mad at you, just, okay. That's on you. It's not on me. I forgave you. I've moved on. And when you can do that, when you can move on from that healing, from that hurt, that allows you to grow spiritually. Just as you cut your finger and you've got that Band-Aid over there and you put the hydrogen peroxide on it to clean it, and it heals and you get that scar, right? You get that scab that pops up and then all of a sudden, it's not there anymore. And, maybe you have a little scar from that cut if you got stitches or something like that. Over time, you look at that and you say, man, look at the skin that went all over that finger. Recently I had a case of poison ivy on my leg. It was there for 3 to 4 weeks. Continued to treat it. Let the body do its thing. And now you can't even tell I had it. That's the healing process that your body goes through. For healing those scars, for healing those traumas. And you can do that with your emotions. You can do that with your besides the physical piece of it, the psychological piece of it. Step away from what's not serving you, right? That's what that king of arrows, that kingfisher says. What must you focus on clearly? Don't let it be a struggle. Like that 8 of arrows, where he's got all the broken arrows around him. This 7 of stones, this healing card, is powerful. Sevens to me are all about holiness. All right? It's all about the divine. And here this green man is sitting here praying over this wanderer. Meanwhile, you're sitting in the sun. Right? You're basking in that glow. And I know when I'm sitting on a beach, yeah, I might be getting red, but guess what? When I go in the water and I can just kick back in that salt water and just relax, I know I'm being healed. I know you're being healed. Watching these videos, following me throughout the year. I'm sure you're watching other people as well. But guess what? It's healing. It's getting that understanding of your relationships. It's getting that understanding, of what's going on in the world with the job. All right? With all the layoffs that are out there. And if some of you have been laid off, I feel for you. But it could also be great opportunities that are out there for you as well. Take the time to grieve that job. Take the time to grieve that relationship. And look at it as saying, you know what? I've got better opportunities coming ahead of me. I forgive that company. I forgive that person for breaking up with me. or for, this, that, and the other thing, and now I have to go down this road. When you heal yourself, when you heal your spirit, you bring more onto you. Because the universe knows, the spirit knows. It's all part of the journey. Healing, recovering, moving forward. Being in that flow of the universe, being in a flow of spirit, just like the river. When it builds up and it breaks through that dam, that's what that healing is all about. The water washes all that away. It cleanses. It heals you. And it gives you that solid foundation of forgiveness. It gives you that opportunity to feel refreshed, to be renewed on your path. So that's today's card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, the Seven of Stones and healing. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share with others, give me a thumbs up. And this is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everybody.